Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. We are currently looking for a qualified second engineer to serve on our dredger fleet. This role requires strong technical knowledge of dredging machinery, leadership in the engine room, and a commitment to safety and efficiency. Could you please introduce yourself and share your background in marine engineering and dredger operations?
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Ciro, and I have been working as a marine engineer for 15 years. I have served on dredger vessels where I was responsible for maintaining and operating the main and auxiliary machinery, supervising junior engineers, and ensuring compliance with safety and environmental standards. I am confident that my technical expertise and teamwork skills will contribute positively to your dredger operations.
What are your main responsibilities as a second engineer on a dredger?
My responsibilities include supervising daily engine room operations, maintaining dredging pumps and auxiliary machinery, ensuring fuel and lubrication systems run smoothly, and supporting the chief engineer in planning maintenance. I also train junior engineers and make sure all safety procedures are followed.
How do you prepare the engine room before dredging operations begin?
I check the status of dredging pumps, generators, and cooling systems. I ensure fuel levels are sufficient, lubrication systems are primed, and all alarms are tested. I also brief the engine room team on their duties and confirm communication lines with the deck crew.
Dredgers often use heavy suction pumps. How do you maintain them?
I monitor pump bearings, seals, and lubrication systems. I schedule regular inspections, check vibration levels, and ensure filters are clean. Preventive maintenance is key to avoiding breakdowns during dredging operations.
How do you handle unexpected machinery failure during dredging?
I immediately inform the chief engineer, isolate the faulty equipment, and coordinate troubleshooting with the team. Safety comes first, so I ensure backup systems are activated if available. Once the issue is identified, I organize repairs and document the incident.
What is your role in fuel management on a dredger?
I monitor fuel consumption, supervise bunkering operations, and ensure proper transfer procedures. I also check for leaks, maintain records, and optimize fuel usage to support efficient dredging operations.
How do you ensure environmental compliance in the engine room?
I make sure oily water separators are functioning, waste oil is properly stored, and emissions are within limits. I train the crew on MARPOL regulations and conduct regular checks to prevent pollution.
How do you supervise junior engineers during watchkeeping?
I assign clear tasks, monitor their performance, and provide guidance when needed. I encourage teamwork, ensure logbooks are updated, and make sure they understand emergency procedures.
What steps do you take to prevent overheating of dredging pumps?
I monitor cooling water flow, check temperature gauges, and ensure filters are clean. I also inspect pump seals and bearings regularly to avoid friction-related overheating.
How do you coordinate with the chief engineer during dredging operations?
I provide regular updates on machinery performance, report any abnormalities, and assist in planning maintenance. I act as a link between the chief engineer and the engine room team to ensure smooth operations.
What would you do if the generator failed during dredging?
I would immediately switch to the standby generator, check fuel supply, and inspect the cooling and lubrication systems. I would coordinate with the chief engineer to troubleshoot and restore the main generator safely.
How do you ensure safety in the engine room during dredging?
I enforce PPE usage, conduct toolbox meetings, and make sure firefighting equipment is ready. I also train the crew on emergency drills and monitor machinery to prevent accidents.
How do you manage dredger-specific machinery like suction and discharge systems?
I monitor pump performance, check pipeline pressure, and ensure valves are functioning. I also coordinate with the deck crew to adjust suction and discharge rates according to dredging requirements.
What is your role in emergency situations such as flooding in the engine room?
I lead the damage control team, operate the bilge pumps, and coordinate sealing of leaks. I report to the chief engineer and ensure the crew follows emergency procedures to stabilize the situation.
How do you train new engineers on dredger operations?
I provide induction training, explain dredger-specific machinery, and supervise them during operations. I encourage hands-on learning while ensuring safety and discipline.
How do you maintain discipline and teamwork in the engine room?
I set clear expectations, lead by example, and encourage cooperation. I recognize good performance and address issues firmly but fairly to maintain a professional working environment.
How do you manage the lubrication system on Dredger machinery?
I ensure oil levels are maintained, filters are clean, and lubrication schedules are followed. I monitor oil pressure and temperature during operations, and I send samples for analysis to detect early signs of wear or contamination.
What is your role during bunkering operations?
I supervise the transfer process, check hoses and connections, and ensure spill prevention measures are in place. I also monitor tank levels, record quantities, and coordinate with the chief engineer to verify fuel quality.
How do you maintain Dredger hydraulic systems?
I regularly inspect hydraulic pumps, hoses, and valves. I check for leaks, monitor pressure levels, and ensure filters are replaced on schedule. Preventive maintenance is critical to avoid downtime during dredging.
What is your approach to planned maintenance systems, PMS?
I strictly follow PMS schedules, document all maintenance activities, and report completed tasks to the chief engineer. I also suggest adjustments based on machinery condition and operational demands.
How do you ensure dredger pumps remain efficient during long operations?
I monitor suction and discharge pressures, check for cavitation, and ensure impellers are free from debris. Regular inspections and timely replacement of worn parts keep pumps running efficiently.
How do you manage spare parts inventory in the engine room?
I keep accurate records of spare parts, monitor usage, and request replenishment before critical items run out. I also ensure parts are stored properly to prevent damage or contamination.
What is your role in emergency drills?
I actively participate and often lead the engine room teams during fire, flooding, or blackout drills. I ensure crew members know their roles, equipment is tested, and procedures are followed correctly.
How do you prevent cavitation in dredger pumps?
I monitor suction pressure, ensure adequate water flow, and check for blockages in pipelines. Proper alignment and impeller maintenance also help reduce cavitation risks.
How do you handle conflicts among engine room crew?
I address issues calmly and fairly, listen to both sides, and find solutions that maintain teamwork. I emphasize professionalism and remind the crew that safety and operations come first.
How do you ensure compliance with MARPOL Annex 6 air pollution?
I monitor fuel quality, ensure engines are tuned properly, and check exhaust emissions. I also maintain records of fuel changeover when entering emission control areas.
How do you prepare for dry dock maintenance?
I prepare machinery reports, identify items needing overhaul, and coordinate with the chief engineer. I also ensure spare parts and tools are ready, and I supervise contractors during repairs.
How do you manage dredger cooling systems?
I monitor water flow, check heat exchangers, and clean filters regularly. I also inspect pumps and pipelines to prevent overheating during continuous dredging operations.
How do you ensure safety during welding or hot work in the engine room?
I enforce permits to work, check firefighting equipment, and ensure ventilation. I supervise the work closely and make sure crew members follow safety protocols.
How do you handle blackouts on a dredger?
I immediately start the emergency generator, stabilize essential systems, and troubleshoot the main power source. I coordinate with the chief engineer to restore normal operations quickly.
How do you manage dredger ballast systems?
I monitor ballast pumps, valves, and tank levels. I ensure proper trimming and stability during dredging operations, and I follow environmental regulations for ballast water discharge.
How do you ensure compliance with ISM code in the engine room?
I follow company safety management procedures, maintain records, and conduct regular checks. I also report non-conformities and suggest corrective actions to improve safety.
How do you prepare for audits and inspections?
I ensure logbooks are updated, machinery records are complete, and safety equipment is tested. I brief the crew on inspection procedures and make sure the engine room is clean and organized.
How do you maintain Dredger auxiliary engines?
I monitor fuel, lubrication, and cooling systems. I schedule overhauls, check filters, and ensure proper load distribution. Preventive maintenance keeps auxiliary engines reliable during dredging.
How do you manage the bilge system on a dredger?
I monitor bilge pump performance, check valves and pipelines, and ensure oily water separators are functioning. I also keep records of bilge discharge to comply with MARPOL regulations.
What is your role in maintaining dredger winches and deck machinery?
I supervise lubrication, inspect hydraulic systems, and coordinate with the deck crew to ensure winches operate smoothly during dredging. Preventive checks reduce downtime and accidents.
How do you ensure safety during confined space entry in the engine room?
I enforce permits to work, check oxygen levels, and ensure ventilation. I supervise the entry team and keep rescue equipment ready in case of emergencies.
How do you handle vibration issues in dredger machinery?
I conduct vibration analysis, check alignment, and inspect bearings. I schedule maintenance to replace worn parts and reduce vibration that could damage equipment.
How do you prepare for long dredging campaigns?
I ensure spare parts are stocked, maintenance schedules are updated, and machinery is inspected thoroughly. I also brief the crew on operational demands and safety measures.
How do you manage dredger electrical systems?
I monitor generators, switchboards, and distribution panels. I check insulation resistance, supervise repairs, and ensure electrical safety procedures are followed.
How do you ensure compliance with SOLAS requirements in the engine room?
I maintain firefighting equipment, emergency lighting, and escape routes. I also conduct drills and ensure crew members are trained in SOLAS procedures.
How do you handle overheating in auxiliary engines?
I check cooling water flow, clean heat exchangers, and monitor oil levels. I also inspect filters and pumps to prevent overheating during continuous operations.
How do you manage dredger air compressors?
I monitor pressure levels, check lubrication, and clean filters. I schedule overhauls and ensure compressors are available for starting engines and operating pneumatic systems.
How do you ensure proper documentation in the engine room?
I update logbooks, record maintenance activities, and keep fuel and oil records. Accurate documentation supports audits and ensures compliance with regulations.
How do you prepare for port state control inspections?
I ensure machinery records are complete, safety equipment is tested, and pollution prevention systems are functioning. I also brief the crew on inspection procedures.
How do you manage dredger steering gear systems?
I monitor hydraulic pumps, check oil levels, and inspect control systems. I ensure redundancy is available and conduct regular tests to maintain reliability.
How do you handle emergency situations like fire in the engine room?
I activate fire alarms, operate fixed firefighting systems, and lead the crew in damage control. I coordinate with the chief engineer and ensure safety procedures are followed.
How do you contribute to dredger efficiency and cost control?
I optimize fuel consumption, reduce unnecessary running hours, and ensure machinery operates at peak efficiency. Preventive maintenance reduces repair costs and downtime.
How do you maintain the dredger's suction and discharge pipeline systems from the engine room perspective?
I monitor pump pressures, check for leaks in the suction and discharge pipelines, and ensure valves are operating correctly. I also supervise cleaning of strainers and filters to prevent blockages. Regular vibration and pressure monitoring helps detect early signs of wear or cavitation, allowing preventive maintenance before failures occur.
What is your role in ensuring dredger jet water systems operate efficiently?
I check jet pumps, monitor water pressure, and ensure cooling and lubrication systems are functioning. I also inspect nozzles for blockages and confirm that flow rates meet dredging requirements. Preventive checks and timely replacement of seals and bearings keep the system reliable during continuous dredging.
How do you troubleshoot reduced performance in dredger cutter head drives?
I first check hydraulic pressure and oil levels, then inspect the drive motor and gear systems for wear. I also monitor temperature and vibration levels. If performance remains low, I coordinate with the chief engineer to schedule repairs or part replacements, ensuring downtime is minimized.
How do you ensure dredger pump alignment and balance during operations?
I conduct regular alignment checks using dial indicators or laser alignment tools. I monitor vibration levels and ensure bearings are properly lubricated. Correct alignment reduces wear, prevents cavitation, and ensures pumps operate at maximum efficiency during dredging.
How do you prepare dredger machinery for operations in shallow or restricted waters?
I ensure cooling systems are optimized, check for debris in suction lines, and monitor pump performance closely. I also adjust ballast systems to maintain stability and coordinate with the deck crew to manage dredging loads. Preventive checks reduce risks of overheating or clogging in restricted environments.
Thank you for sharing your experience and insights today. We appreciate the detailed answers you've provided regarding dredger operations, safety, and leadership. Before we conclude, is there anything else you would like to add about why you believe you are the right fit for the second engineer position on our dredger fleet?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to present myself. I believe my background in marine engineering, combined with hands-on experience on dredger vessels, makes me well prepared for this role. Beyond technical expertise, I bring reliability, adaptability, and a proactive attitude that ensures smooth operations even under challenging conditions. I am confident that I can contribute positively to your dredger fleet and support the company's goals for efficiency and safety.